Welcome, everyone, to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and gorgeous PNC Park. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Boston Red Sox going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And now, all right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the mound for the Pirates, Paul Skenes. What should we keep an eye on here? Just about to get underway, Jarren Duran getting ready to hit.
Ball.
And that skips into dirt.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
In the air, left field. O'Hearn under this one. And there's one away. Here's the third baseman, Caleb Durbin.
Number 5, Caleb.
Just getting started here in Pittsburgh.
Ball.
There's a strike.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that pitch, really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Two outs, base is empty. Roman Anthony up next for the Red Sox. And that one hit 97 on the gun. That missed by a lot. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. He's got it. And that is out number 3. We go to the bottom of the first. And getting the start for the Red Sox, Garrett Crochet. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Got him swinging. 1 gone here.
Batting second, the second baseman.
And now it's Brandon Lowe. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting third, the right fielder.
Brian Reynolds
10,
here.
Brian.
2 down, nobody on. Swings through that one for strike 2. Man, that got him square in the mask.
First 2 hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
The 1-2. Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start. Back here in Pittsburgh, here's the Boston cleanup hitter, Wilson Contreras. The 1-1 is fouled off. Struck him out looking. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. Swing and a miss. The next pitch misses. Full count now. Got him swinging. 2 down, base is empty. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. Next pitch is inside, and the count's full. And that wasn't even close. Ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game. Carlos Narvaez up next for the Red Sox. Ball to strike. Pitch out, but no action. Quick move to first. Back to first, and he's safe. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Here comes a 3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Brings it in, and that's the 3rd out. Back here at PNC Park at the plate for Pittsburgh, Ryan O'Hearn. Inside, just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Outside, 3-2 now. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Here's Marcell Ozuna. 1-2 now. And misses inside. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Here's O'Neal Cruz. 2 down, nobody on. That misses the zone, and a count 2-1. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field. That is the inning. Back here in Pittsburgh, and stepping in for Boston, Marcelo Meyer. Right side, hard hit. The tag, and he's out. So stepping in for Boston, Ceddanne Rafaela. Breaking ball, and that got him.
That hit him.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Now batting Jarren Duran.
What do you got?
Check swing, appeal down to third. Nope, he held back. Well struck, deep right field, way back, and out of here. The two-run shot, and the Red Sox jump in front. It's 2-0.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the lock, and gets the home run.
One down. Next to hit, Caleb Durbin. Ground ball, left side. Over to first. Got the out. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. The 2-1. Hard hit left side. Inning over.
Hey, it's just the beginning. Gotta get to the mission. Raise your vision. It's not how you started, but how you gonna end it.
Back here at PNC Park at the plate for Pittsburgh, Nick Gonzalez. The 1-1. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The shortstop takes the ball. That one 95 to finish him off.
Batting in, the third baseman,
Jared Triolo, the next Pirate to hit. The 2-1. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. Here's Joey Bart now. 2 down, nobody on. That one catches the corner for a strike. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. New inning getting started. So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu. Swing and a high fly ball left field. O'Hearn takes it in for the out. 1 away. Here's Trevor Story. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Red Sox leading it by 2. Top half of inning number 4. The 1-2. Swings through him for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts. So stepping in for Boston, Carlos Narvaez. And he chases that one below the zone. Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Bottom 4, and now the Pirates leadoff man, Spencer Horwitz. Strike 2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off. Lau at the plate.
No.
Hard ground ball, base knock. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Everything came together for him. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
B-Ray coming to the plate now. On the ground. The turn by Meyer at second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Back here in Pittsburgh and stepping in for Boston, Marcelo Meyer. The 1-1 is fouled off. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Reynolds under it. He makes the grab, and there's one down. Stepping in, Ceddanne Rafaela. In the air right field. And there's two down. Back to the top of the order. Jarren Duran up next for the Red Sox. Two down, nobody on. No question about this one. It's out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tack one on the board. It's 3-0.
Another one? 2 home runs from a player not typically in the spotlight for power. Man, you've got to soak up these performances because they just don't happen every day.
So 2 down. Now the third baseman, Caleb Durbin. Out towards right center field. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the 5th. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Ryan O'Hearn. The 1-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-2. Swing and a ground ball out to short. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. Swings and misses. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, O'Neal Cruz. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And he keeps putting up the Ks. That's number 11. Back here at PNC Park, so stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. The count 2-1. Strike 3. Skeens sends him packing. Here's Contreras now. High fly ball right field. Reynolds under it. 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. He sends it out of here, and they add to their lead. It's 4-0.
Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
Here's Story now. 2 down, nobody on. That one out to right. And that is that. Bottom of the 6th inning. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Nick Gonzalez. A little out front there as he swings. From historic Fenway Park here in Boston, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Cincinnati Reds and the Boston Red Sox. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Sonny Gray. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone. Especially late in an at-bat.
Line drive, base hit right field. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. Not in
No, he's
time.
safe.
That's a leadoff double.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds.
Really nice job staying inside with his hands to fight off that pitch. Man, that cutter was bearing in on him, but he found a way to stay with his approach, didn't spin off it, and he hit it pretty well.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. In now for the Reds, Elly De La Cruz. And that one goes straight to the backstop. No advance, though. Man at second. Swing and a miss. And the count is filled up. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Now it's the rookie first baseman, Sal Stewart. Man on second, 2 down. Late on that fastball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And he hits a ground ball right side. 3rd out. Back here in Boston, on the mound for the Reds, Rhett Lauder. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
He has a great ability to command a game, Boog, but in order for that to happen today, he's got to limit damage, make smart pitches, and avoid big innings. If he were a golfer, we'd say he needs to avoid any double bogeys out there, and if he does, his scorecard is going to look pretty good at the end of the day.
Jarren Duran digs in now. That one is hammered right field, carrying well. And it slams off the bottom of the wall. And it's a double to start the bottom of the first.
All over that one right there. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Here's Trevor Story now. Swing and a miss at a slider. Line drive, base hit. And they get it in quickly. 1st and 3rd now with nobody out.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Two down. That one missed. This one in the air, center field. Brings it in. Runner tags for home. In there safely. We're tied at 1. Here comes Wilson Contreras. The 1-1. Story on the move. This one chopped in the ground, but foul. That's inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And he dodges that fastball.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. Got him swinging. No throw. He's in there safely. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. And a strike. That one missed. Smoked into left field. Base hit. Story on his way home. He will score, and they take the lead.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that.
Runner on the move. On the ground to third. Whips it to first. And that'll do it. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Now it's the Reds DH, Eugenio Suarez. Here's a 1-1. And that one fouled off. Out towards right center field. Abreu raging back towards the wall. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at bat. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Swings through that. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So now with one away and a man at second, and ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Will Benson. Fights it off. He'll see another. Man at second. Struck him out swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts. Now it's going to be Noelvi Marte. Here's a 1-1. And he grounds one to the right side. Gets it to first. That's the third out. Back inside Fenway Park, and now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez. That one finds the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Struck him out looking. Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. Inside. And that's ball 2. Swings through that one. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Benson in position. Out number 2. Ceddanne Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Ground ball up the middle, and there's a hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Safe at second. To the right side. Here's the tag, and he's out. Inning over. Back here at Fenway, in now for the Reds, Ke'Bryan Hayes. And a 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. So back to the top of the Reds lineup. TJ Friedl getting ready to hit. Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-2. Upstairs. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Sonny Gray with the strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Matt McLain now at the plate. Swing and a miss. Swings and misses, struck him out. And he strikes out the side in the 3rd. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So stepping in for Boston, Trevor Story. Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. It was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know?
Hauls it in, 1 away. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Way out front for strike 2. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. The 2-2. See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. And stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu. In the air, left field. Benson should have this one. And that's the 3rd out. Back in Boston, in now for the Reds, Elly De La Cruz.
You know, one of the most memorable innings ever for Elly happened in July 2023. In one inning, De La Cruz hit a 2-out single to take the lead and then proceeded to do something that a Reds player hasn't done in more than 100 years. He stole 2nd, 3rd, and home in the same inning. It only took 2 pitches for him to steal all 3 bases.
Takes it himself. That's the 1st out in the top of the 4th.
Up next,
now the Reds cleanup hitter, Sal Stewart. Here's a 1-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. That one drilled left field. And gone! He jacks that one out to left. 1 down. Next for Cincinnati, Eugenio Suarez. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the tying run is on base. Here's the Reds catcher, Tyler Stevenson. High fly ball, right field. Abreu drops steps, heads back on it. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Here's the left fielder, Will Benson.
The left fielder, number 30, Will.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Wild pitch, catcher gets a piece. Wide throw, and it gets away. Man on second, 2 down.
Ball.
And a 3-1 on the way. Fastball for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Got him swinging for the K. Good job at damage control right there. Bottom of the fourth, Joe stepping in for Boston. Caleb Durbin.
Number 5, Caleb.
The 1-2.
Durbin.
Set down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
The catcher.
And here's the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. The 1-1. Here's a high chopper. Sends it to first. Already 2 gone here in the home fourth. 2. Base is empty. Here's the second baseman, Marcelo Meyer. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Ceddanne Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. The 1-2. Got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Ready now for the 5th inning, and ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Noelvi Marte. Back to the mound. He's got it. The throw to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. Now batting Ke'Bryan Hayes. The Reds trailing by a run, and we're at the top of the 5th. That's off the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ripped to short. And the first 2 set down at the top of the 5th. So the lineup flips over. Here's the center fielder, TJ Friedl. Two down, nobody on. Pitch misses there. 2-1. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran. Swings and misses. That is strike 2. Got him swinging. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. Here's a 1-2. Oh, look at the stop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. And next for the Red Sox, Roman Anthony. Laser could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
He was all over that one. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
Strike 2.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning.
Now this one gets through. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Smash that one through the infield. When it's hit that hard.
New pitcher for the Reds, Sam Moll.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Got him. That ends the frame. In now for the Reds, Matt McLain.
The second baseman, Matt McLain.
And 1-2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next, Cincinnati, the shortstop, Ellie.
Stepping in, Ellie De La Cruz. The Bo Sox leading by 2, and we're the top half of the 6th. Swings through that one for strike 2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. One-two now. Hit hard, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Digging in, Sal Stewart. There's a swing and a miss. Stays alive. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. That one missing inside. This one in the air. Contreras settles underneath it. That's out number 2. Eugenio Suarez up to hit down.
The designated hitter, Eugenio Suarez.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Got him swinging. So cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin.
Number 5, Caleb.
Connor Phillips will take over here.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is. Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
That's a little bit low. Down on strikes, looking for the second straight plate appearance. And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Red Sox leading it by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. That one misses. Now 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen throwing BBs. 2 down, bases empty. Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. Swings here and blasts one left field. Way back there, it's got a chance. And it's off the Green Monster. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Showed off some really nice oppo pop with that swing and just couldn't get it over the fence. But I absolutely love everything about that approach and the mechanics right there.
Man at second. Struck him out without a swing. That was pretty nasty. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the Reds catcher, Tyler Stevenson. Next offering is fouled back. Cut on and miss, struck him out. And he keeps putting up the K's. That's number 11. Danny Coulombe taking over on the mound.
These are the spots relievers really make a name themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
The Red Sox up by 2 here in the top half of inning number 7. And a big swing and a miss. That misses. Ball 2. Can't connect on the curveball. Struck him out.
Up next for Cincinnati.
Now it's the right fielder, Noelvi Marte.
Marte.
2 down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off. Here's a 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And misses inside. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Throws to first, and the Reds go 1-2-3. Back now at Fenway. Now here's the Red Sox DH, Jarren Duran. The 2-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Oh, great stop. Not in time. He's safe.
Just a good job putting the ball in play and then busting down the first baseline, beat the throw pretty easily. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here's Trevor Story. Going to count 1-2. Runner takes off. Got him swinging. Throw bounces, and he's in there safely with the stolen base. Now with 1 away. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Reds, Brock Burke.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got it.
He's trying for third. Bounce towards the hole at short. That's a base hit. Here comes the throw. He is safe.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel.
Oh, wow, what a stop. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Man on second, 2 down. That one ripped, but foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved with it.
Runner takes off for third. Pitch misses. Knocks it down. Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close. Puts a bunt down. And that'll do it. Ready to begin the 8th. In now for the Reds, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Garrett Whitlock on the pitch out of the pen here.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
The 1-1. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful. Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Got him swinging. Back to the top of the order now. TJ Friedl, the next to hit. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. And they close the gap. It's 4-2.
Well, I'm not really sure how he kept that fair. When you're out in front on a breaking ball like that, such a good chance that it's going to hook foul. But not this time. He kept the hands moving forward just long enough to sneak it inside that foul pole.
At the plate, Matt McClain. Fought off foul. 1-2 now. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, he's been having a hard time just putting the ball in play in this one, so that should help soften the blow. Let that pitch get pretty deep on him, so I think he was looking to go the other way. It was off speed and inside, though, so a good adjustment to shoot it back up the middle.
Into center. Nice grab on the run. And there are 2 down. Sal Stewart, the next to hit for the Reds. Tying run at the plate. And a swing and a miss. Out towards right center field. Abreu coming on. He's got it. And that is that. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. So stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin. Ball to strike. Comebacker to the mound. Handles, throws to first. 1 gone to the bottom of the 8th. So up next, Carlos Narvaez. Sliced hard but foul. Hacked swings and misses. It's a strikeout.
Next to the Red Sox, the second baseman.
Now it's the second baseman, Marcelo Meyer. 2 down, nobody on. That's to third. A dive. Nice stop. And that's a base hit despite a great defensive effort. And it's going to wind up out of play. Here's the center fielder, Ceddanne Rafaela. Runner breaks for third, and he lays down a bunt. Now the throw to first on the run.
Safe.
Just barely able to beat that one. Oh, man, he was giving it his all getting down the line right there.
And here is Jarren Duran. Fights it off. He'll see another. Hard hit into the gap. 1 run will score. That one carrying. In comes the runner from third, and they lead by 2. The relay.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
Hit on the ground to short. De La Cruz. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. All set to start the 9th in this one. Now it's the Reds DH. Aroldis Chapman on to try and close it out.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Swings through that. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
A little tardy on that fastball. He's going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. Tyler Stevenson, the next to hit for the Reds. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Not close with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Here's a 2-2. On the ground to third. Durbin. The Reds now down to their final out. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Dane Myers. The 1-1. The Reds down to their final strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Got him. That's the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Always on my mind. You're always on my mind. You're always on my mind. And you're always on my mind. can't keep the time. I can't do